Thanksgiving is coming, and there's a pretty good chance it's going to test every coping skill you've got. Not because of the turkey or the mashed potatoes, but because of everything else. The overcommitting, the divorced parents who create a tri-state triathlon, the political commentary from relatives who just don't know when to stop. I'm gonna show you how to survive Thanksgiving with ADHD without burning out before the pie hits the table. Let's break down some common ADHD Thanksgiving traps. It's Thanksgiving week. You volunteered yourself to host dinner, cook the turkey, make 3 side dishes, and bake a pie from scratch. Why? Because you love the holidays. You want it to be perfect, and honestly, you're pretty sure no one else is gonna do it right. Or maybe you're not hosting, but your parents are divorced and remarried, which means Thanksgiving isn't just one gathering around the table, but a tri-state triathlon that tests your patience and endurance, just making sure everybody gets the correct amount of face time and nobody gets offended. Or maybe you've cut ties or have a family of your own and need to figure out what to make of the holidays now that the old traditions just don't work anymore. Here's what all of these have in common. ADHD brains take on too much. We overcommit, we overplan, we try to keep the peace, we say yes to things that we don't have the bandwidth for because you just don't want to disappoint anyone. And then there's the dinner itself. Every year, millions of Americans make more food than they could possibly eat in one sitting as an attempt to reconnect and celebrate togetherness as loved ones. The reality for most of my patients, it's more like an awkward obligation where they have to stay quiet while everyone argues about politics. Roast turkey just hits different when it comes with a side of unsolicited political opinions from Aunt Agnes. And if you're trying to keep the peace, you're absorbing all that stress, trying to smooth things over, trying to make sure everyone has a good time. Meanwhile, your energy is draining faster than that gravy boat. So why do we do it to ourselves? Because ADHD brains are novelty-seeking, people-pleasing, and rejection-sensitive all at once. We love the idea of the perfect holiday. We want to create some good memories. We want people to be happy. And we'll stretch ourselves way too thin trying to make it happen. But here's the problem. ADHD brains don't have an internal off switch. When you say yes to hosting, yes to cooking, and yes to attend 3 separate family functions in one day, your brain doesn't calculate the energy cost up front. You're running on optimism and good intentions. And then the day arrives and you're overwhelmed, scrambling, and wondering why you agreed to any of this in the first place. Add in the emotional dysregulation that typically comes with ADHD, and Aunt Agnes's political tirades go from annoying to triggering. You're either biting your tongue so hard you taste blood, or you snap back and ruin dinner. Either way, does it feel good? Is this hitting just a little too close to home? If so, hit that like button. Alright, so this is how you actually survive this. Guideline 1. Stop trying to please people that aren't happy with anything. If someone in your family is upset no matter what you do, show up, don't show up, cook, bring store-bought, you are off the hook. You have no obligation to please people that are never satisfied with anything. Ask yourself, is this reasonable? Am I stretching myself too thin for someone that's not going to appreciate it anyway? If the answer is yes, you have permission to scale back. Guideline 2, protect your energy first. This is not selfish. This is survival. If hosting Thanksgiving is going to leave you feeling drained for a week afterward, don't do it. You can say no. You can learn to set boundaries. And you can opt out of traditions that don't serve you anymore. Protecting your peace is not optional. It's necessary. Guideline number 3, make your own traditions. If you have children or a family of your own, the most important thing is that everyone's together making memories and having a good time. You can make your own traditions, and they don't have to involve turkey. And they most certainly do not need to look like what your parents did or what Norman Rockwell painted. If you grew up in a dysfunctional household, you might have idealized holidays because they were a bright spot. The decorations, the presents, the illusion of togetherness, it filled a gap. But now you need to decide what Thanksgiving looks like. And the greatest gift you can give anyone, especially your children, is showing up as the best version of yourself. Not stretched too thin, not resentful, just present. Guideline 4, give yourself the permission to skip the drama. If Thanksgiving at your grandma's house means political disagreements and passive-aggressive comments, you don't need to go. You can have your own Friendsgiving. You can volunteer. You can get Chinese food. Forget about the supposed to's or have to's or we always do it this way. Here's the bottom line. Protect your energy. Have you gone out of your way to overcommit, overplan, or promise things that you have no bandwidth for? Or are you just sitting back and letting other people handle things because it's a lot easier than setting boundaries? Either way, take a look at your Thanksgiving right now and ask yourself, is this reasonable? If the answer is no, it's time to adjust. If you have ADHD and the holidays totally stress you out, drop a comment. What's your biggest Thanksgiving trap? Overcommitting, family drama, or something else? And if you want to know how medication can help with managing emotional dysregulation during the holidays, I got a playlist for you right here. And go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to keep receiving practical strategies from a nurse practitioner that won't sell you short.